Hey Internet. So here is the LEGO bucket wheel excavator. I actually own two of these. One's new in box, one's here built that I built this past July on the 72-hour live stream. Now the bucket wheel excavator, why is it sitting here in the middle of this giant layout that I'm working on for Harry Potter? Well, so here's the standard Harry Potter locomotive that comes with the set for 2019. I did modify this a little bit. I made it a little bit taller. I took out the firebox inside so that way I could put the IR function in there. This has the battery pack inside, and it has the powered train wheels underneath. So that makes this fully motorized, RC, everything else. So that was fun. That was cool. But it just didn't really do it for me for the Harry Potter train. So then I built this guy. This is the Emerald Knight instructions, but done in Harry Potter colors, in Hogwarts Express colors. So I have it's mostly complete. It has room in the tender for the battery box. It has room behind the cab here for an engine to go in, a motor, and it's all powered through the wheels down here on the bottom. The one thing I am missing is a large disc in black, preferably. So I just need to dig for that and find it or get one ordered. But the problem with it is that it does take a Technic style extra large motor. Well, I happen to own one of those in here. So when I built this guy, I didn't have this guy built yet. And so I opened the box, took the motor out of there and put it in here. And then when I built this guy, I took the motor back out of here and put it in there. So I probably should buy another one or open that other box I have. So I just ripped the motor out. There it is. I also grabbed the battery pack because I might end up using this battery pack since it is a little bit bigger. We'll see. Or I might use a third-party battery pack. If you have any experience running Lego motors off of like regular third-party RC car power packs, like 9-volt power packs, I assume, let me know. I'd love to hear from you because I don't think this has enough, or even the one that goes in here, I don't think it has enough run time to, I'm sorry, the one that goes in here, I don't think it has enough run time to run this long enough. So I'd love to get some exterior power going. But my next step is I need to put this in here. So the other thing that so this whole set, I built from scrap parts. I just had parts laying around. So I found them, salvaged them off of whatever sets I could, and got it built. The only other major thing that I remember having to steal was the wheels. These large train wheels, they came from the Winter Village train that released three winters ago now. Because it was this winter we got the gingerbread house. Last winter we got the firehouse. The winter before that we got the train station, and then the winter before that we got the train, the Winter Village train. So that's where I got these wheels from. I stole them out of the box. I haven't built that train yet. It's part of my backlog. So when I go to build that, I'm gonna have to find some more wheels, to make up for the fact that I stole it. But it is kind of cool. The tender is totally separate from the motor and the IR. The IR is right up here. It's all geared underneath here from that motor, not directly driven, obviously, but gear driven. I have tested this at a show. It failed miserably. The train track was like right here, and it jackknifed itself and fell off the table and crashed and burned. So I've rebuilt it. I think it's complete. I think what happened was that I used aftermarket rubber bands for the traction on the two major drive wheels, the two in the front and the two in the back. I used aftermarket rubber bands, so I do have new rubber bands that I bought on Bricklink. So I need to install those. I need to install the motor, and then I need to take it for a test drive. So you might be wondering, what is it going to pull? Get all those staggered and pushed out of the way, and hopefully make it around the curve without jumping off. So then, after I built the original Harry Potter train car, or train engine, and made it motorized, and just jumped off. Of course, it came with one passenger car. There we go. So that one passenger car is this guy right here. It has some play features on it. You can pop the top off, see inside. You can take one of the walls off. So you have Harry and Hermione, and you have the what do they call her? The trolley cart witch, I believe. So you have her, the one that sells the treats, and you have a little trolley cart with a chocolate frog and an ice cream and a little box of candy. So that's some cool play features there. So then I built, and that's I don't know, I don't remember. It was like 16 stud, 6, 10, 14 plus another, looks like 6 is 20. So it's a 20 stud long. It has two train wheels to run it there. Then I'm like, that's a little short. So I built 20, I believe these are 24 stud. I believe there's 4 more studs or 8 more studs, maybe 28 stud. I built 28 stud long version, and it's a little dusty. But it doesn't have any playable features. I don't know if the roof even properly comes off. We can see. It's been a while since I've had it off. No, it doesn't look like it wants to. It should. I know I put some tiles down there. It might pop off in a million pieces if I do it with my hand. But there's nothing inside. They're empty on the inside. I don't know if you can even see in there properly. So they're all empty, but I have 5 additional cars. So that means that I have a total of 6 passenger cars, right? Yeah. I was only counting 5 on the video. I was confused. Oh, because the one on the end's taken apart, so I couldn't see it. So yeah, I have a total of 6 passenger cars, and these LEGO designed this to be playable, so it all goes together pretty easy. Mine were just designed to be looked at. So the hard part that I have is that this original engine here cannot pull it around the track. The wheels spin, and I've tried new tires on the wheels, brand new wheels, and that helps for a couple of days, and then they spin again. So it's like good for like one show. So I'm hoping new rubber bands with this motor, maybe some bigger battery packs, whatever I need to do, will get it to go. And maybe even, I know like I have some friends that use S-Brick, so I'm thinking maybe even doing S-Brick with 2 motors with one controller, 1 receiver, and then that way I can get, maybe I'll convert one of the cars or the tender to be motorized, and that way I can have 2 motors going. The big thing is obviously with that XL motor is getting the speed to sync with a regular motor, so I'm not sure that might be an issue, but or maybe I'll run both trains together. I don't know. And that's also why I did on this layout, I'm doing the R50, I believe 56 curves, is so that way it's not such a, because a tighter curve would be in here, and that way it's not such a tight curve, and with a wider curve it should hopefully be able to make it around. So I had some questions about what is this engine and why is it here and where did it come from? Well, that's what it is. It's just simply the LEGO Emerald Knight train engine, which is usually I believe it's black and green and dark green, like an emerald green, and the parts that are on the Emerald Knight are only made for that set. So if you want to like rebuild it using parts from the internet, you're not going to be able to. So I took those instructions and modified them and followed them, and and I knew what I was doing from the start, so I skipped all the steps that were in this section here because I knew I was going to be putting the motor in. I didn't bother putting those in, like the firebox and everything, and I built the whole thing just from scrap parts using the Harry Potter or the Hogwarts Express theme. Now, like little pieces like this little brick here came from one of my lug members. Same thing with this brick here, came from a lug member. I got some more of these rails. I was 1 rail short because I believe it takes, I guess it's only 2. I thought it was 4. So it takes 2 of those, and I was 1 short. So a lug member gave me one of those. He was very generous. And obviously a few little things, like I was missing 1 door rail there, so it became a dark red instead of a black. Little nitpicky things, but at least I matched it. Or maybe it's supposed to be that color. I don't remember, but at least it's matched on that side. It looks red on this side where it's dark red on this side, but that's just the shadow. It's the same color. So, yeah, so it was a fun build, and I think it's a nice element to show at the train shows. And when it doesn't want to run right, I just put it on a little siding track. I take some of these. I have a lot of extra ones, so I just take some of these, stack them up, and I just put it there, and it's like a train on display at a town, in the middle of in the town's park or whatever. And I like doing that too because it still gives me a chance to show it off without having to try to run it. So there you go. There's my Harry Potter Express, my 6-passenger cars. I did buy these. I did have to buy all the parts on Bricklink for the most part. Some of them I did have, but like the windows, the stripe here, the base plates, because it is using. Let's see if I can take one of them. I'm cheating and I have them locked together because the magnets don't always hold very well, and I know that some of the guys like to try to stick to the original magnets to show that their train can stay together using original magnets, but you know, I just want it to run because I'm not going to be supervising this display, so I want to make sure it runs. But I did buy the black standard Lego train car base. I had to buy those. I think I had to buy the orange swivels, the wheels and axle holders I got from Lugbulk. I think I had to buy more magnets, I want to say, or I took them from that Winter Village set, one of the two. I think I did steal them from the Winter Village set, the magnets, and then there you can see inside it's just empty. But I have since bought more magnets, so I can replace those with no problem. I have those in stock. All right, so I think that's it on those. And you can see it's the same design, just a little bit bigger, a little bit wider, or longer rather. And I just the colors inside on this one were a little bit special, so I didn't want to try to replicate them in here, and I didn't know if I was going to do the same thing. And I mean, I'm just not worried about the inside. Maybe at some point I'll get there, but because I know people do like to look in the windows and see what's going on, but I'm just not there yet. So there you go. And I just realized, oh no, the original does have glass, but it's on the inside. Oh, I probably put that wall on wrong. Yeah, that's what happened. I'm like, that's weird. Why is there no glass in that window? But it's because I put the wall on backwards. There we go. That looks better. It even has a logo on the outside like it's supposed to. All right. So yeah. So I even got the glass, and the glass I bought for the new ones from another lug member as well. He was kind enough to share his lug book purchase with me, and he had a bunch of panes of glass. So I told him how many I needed, and I bought them from him. So there you go. Giant bucket wheel excavator. Stole the motor and maybe the battery pack to run this little tiny train. All right. I'll catch you guys later.